Hello, here's your one card pull for the collective for today. We have this beautiful Three of Swords. I love this deck. This is the Light Seer's Tarot. And you'll notice in this card, there's quite a bit of darkness around her. And there's this looming tree and these beautiful roots underneath. And she has what appears to be a sigil for protection on her arm. And, there's her heart. It's wounded. This card to me says that, as we come out of this painful time, there's a moment where we just need to stop and allow our heart to be raw and vulnerable and to heal. And as difficult as this might be, we can't disregard the fact that we need to build a different foundation, a different roots, a different way of existing before we can fully open our heart again. So these ways that you've built this wall around you, the things that you've used to tie up that broken heart, they're falling apart now. You need to find a new way to rebuild. Now, as we enter the spring, perhaps your heart is calling out for something different. Perhaps your heart is wanting to be open again. So you need to focus on your self-love. You need to focus on those darker times and what you learned from them and what you learned about yourself. And this is the time to stick up for yourself, stick up for your heart. And your heart was coming from another place. It was coming from wounds. It was coming from trauma. And you want to change that perspective now. You want to let it out however you need to. Immerse yourself in anything that brings you joy so those roots can start getting stronger and reaching out more and reaching up to the sky. You want to dream, you want to think of all the things that bring your heart joy again. And not so much focus on the things that wounded that heart, because you've been through this time and it's taught you a lot. And even though it doesn't feel like it, your heart is stronger. When you are ready to put your heart out there again, it will be different this time, because you've realized what's important, what your heart needs to feel fully loved. You've realized that unconditional love is the only way to exist. Unless you want to keep repeating these pains, repeating these patterns, keeping your heart closed off, you will never fully realize what true unconditional love can be. And this starts with loving yourself. This starts with loving everything about you, the good and the bad. Those relationships that you went through, those taught you what you truly desire in a relationship and what you no longer need and what you no longer are willing to tolerate, because your heart is coming back together piece by piece. You're opening it up as the beautiful spring flowers bloom, and you want this vulnerability to mean something. You want to show your heart that you are primarily focused upon it, and you understand that it needs time to heal, and you understand that it's worthy of love again, and you understand that it has all these desires that were left unfulfilled, and you don't want it to close off, because then it will never be able to achieve these dreams. And this Tower card was the card underneath. So I feel like for some of you, this moment where you finally started to open your heart again, to look at those wounds, to look at exactly what they mean, to get down into it, I feel that there was just this awakening, this lightning bolt that came to you. And perhaps you were in a dangerous situation and you had to protect yourself, and you stood up for yourself, and you had to leave a situation, and you finally just said, enough is enough. I am never going through this type of moment again. I don't want to ever feel that pain surge through my body in such a way that leaves me wounded and closed off again. I want it to be open. I want this electric lightning bolt to surge through my body when I finally find something that I love, or someone that I love, or I realize something about myself that I love and that needs to be nurtured. You want to have this beautiful yellow energy that I'm picking up from here. You want to be confident that your heart is valued, your heart is important, and you will never put it in a position to be hurt again. And if you are hurt again, you know that you have been through this moment, and you healed yourself from it. And sometimes the universe puts us into these moments to really wake us up to see that, these patterns that we put ourselves in, we're hurting ourselves. We're putting ourselves in positions that we are closing our hearts off. So we're constantly battling with people that want to give us love. We're not able to receive the love. We don't trust it. And we don't have room in our heart for it, because our heart is still so full of all of these dark, stormy, jagged roots. And there's no room for love in that place. So, come out of this dark winter and come out of this healing, come out of these, licking of your wounds, and start focusing on doing something you love every day, just a little bit. What can wake that heart up? What can remind you of what you feel love is? And what do you love most about yourself now? Be open to those things a little bit, as you cut away those little red cords around her that's holding her in that darker place. Each little bit that she opens her heart up, each little bit that she remembers to nurture herself and love herself, each little bit that she finds love in all the unexpected places, or starts doing something that you love again. Those little calls of your heart, listen to it again. Allow it to beat slowly. Open up, bloom, and listen to the music of your heart. And even if you're not dancing yet, even if you're just hearing that tune again and remembering what it's like, because maybe you never thought you'd hear it again. Just the simple things. Follow your heart song. Follow the things that open your heart. Allow your heart to know that all of this that it's been through has led it to be able to find the greatest love of all. And that's the love that you have for yourself and how you want to share that with others. And as that vibrates out, that frequency of love vibrates out in all the little ways that you do, little loving things that you do for your animals, for yourself every morning, when you stir your coffee, when you smell the flowers in your yard in the afternoon. All of these things throughout the day are little moments of love, and they just keep growing and they keep spreading. And then you'll find that you're resonating in a completely different frequency, and you don't see that darkness anymore. And it's just full of this heart space, full of this love, full of this fire, this passion. It's the perfect season to do it. Who knows? Maybe this card is expect the unexpected. Maybe you'll get yourself into a spring fling. Be open to it. That's all, because don't close your heart off just because of these traumas. And this beautiful carnelian heart here is something that can reawaken that passion in you again, reawaken that artistic side of you, that creative side of you. Find the love in those ways to begin with now. And then see what happens afterwards. See what happens as this beautiful season unfolds and as you open your heart again. believe in the magic that your heart can be fully ready to give and receive unconditional love. Because, there's a lot of Venus energy in the air, and there's a lot of healing energy in the air. So I would hate for you to not embrace these moments, to go within your heart, to heal those wounds, to nurture it, to love it, to open it up again, because there's just so much power and fire and passion behind everything that's going on in the energies right now. And now is the time to embrace it. And you'll find that perhaps a wound that you've really been working on healing for a long time, maybe it goes back to even a past life, heartbreak, or something highly traumatic in your family lineage. You will have the extra boost of fire and energy and healing and heart behind anything that you're trying to heal right now, if you do it, if you take that opportunity. So open that heart and be willing to take the good with the bad, because once you get over this little hump here with this pain, with these watery emotions, with this heartache, the other side is just glorious. So follow your heart, follow your passions. Get yourself some carnelian. Feel that beautiful love that's all around you.